Hey, my name's Nadia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I actually just finished filming the churro video and realized that we haven't done 80 bites around the world in a while. So I have my globe and here we go. Iran. Okay. I have no idea what kind of food I'm going to be making from here, but I'm excited. This is going to be cool. I'm going to go do my research and I will see you guys in the kitchen. Iran is located in Southwest Asia, and in their cooking they use a whole lot of herbs and spices, specifically saffron, and lots of dried nuts, fruits, and lots of rice. One dessert that stood out to me through my research is Noon Noochodche, which is a chickpea cookie topped with pistachios. This cookie is traditionally made for Persian New Year, which is the first day of spring, so I guess I'm a little bit behind or a little bit ahead depending on how you look at it. But I figured I would try making it, and as always we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to be following a recipe today that I'll make sure to link down below, but the really cool part about this cookie is that it's only 6 ingredients. We have our basics like oil, icing sugar, and pistachios, but then we're also going to be using cardamom, rose water, and chickpea flour. These ingredients bring out a really interesting flavor profile that I've never tasted or worked with, so I'm really interested to see how it goes, especially because these cookies are vegan and gluten-free. So on that note, shuru konim ashpazi. I hope that was right. Anyway, let's get cooking. In a mixer, I'm going to combine the oil, icing sugar, and cardamom and mix it until it has this really creamy texture to it. And I'm also going to make sure to scrape down the sides in between. I was debating whether or not I actually wanted to put the rose water in because personally, we're not friends, we don't get along. I don't do rose water or anything rose scented, but I decided to throw it in because I wanted to stay true to the recipe, so here we go. Cardamom is also a super strong spice. I get hints of mint when I smell it. Other people say they kind of get hints of lemon. Regardless, the cardamom and the rose water are both really strong ingredients, so we're not putting a whole lot in this dish, but I promise you, you will be able to taste them. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. We're going to see later. Next, I'm going to add the chickpea flour to the mixture, and you know what I always say next. Sift your flour. We don't want clumps. Through my research, I found specifically with this recipe, people tend to sift their flour 2 to 3 times to get it really fluffy and airy. So that's what we're going to do today. I've never worked with chickpea flour before, but it really has a nice smell to it. It doesn't taste specifically like chickpeas, but it definitely has like a more savory smell to it. And a lot of clumps, holy moly. Now I know why we sift this 3 times. Just after one sift, there's a ton of little tiny like chickpea peels that are in the flour. So I'm gonna put that in the compost. And we're gonna sift this again. I've sifted the chickpea flour 4 times, and I wanna show you guys that it not only makes a really big difference in the texture, but also in the volume of the flour. Before sifting, there were 1 3/4 cup of flour in here, but after there's almost 2 cups. So there's a lot of air that's added to the flour as you're sifting, which is what we want in this recipe. But in some recipes, that's not the case. Sometimes it'll say 1 cup flour sifted, which means that you measure your flour in your cup and then you sift it. Other times it'll say 1 cup sifted flour, which means you're gonna set your cup on your counter and sift it until it reaches 1 cup. Food for thought. Even though I already sifted it a bunch of times, I'm gonna sift it 1 more time as I'm adding it to the mixture because I feel like it couldn't hurt. Keep mixing until it's not sticking to the sides of the bowl, and then transfer to a counter that's lightly dusted with some chickpea flour. The dough's been resting for about an hour now, so I'm gonna get ready to roll it out. Oh, it's still really crumbly, so great. We're gonna see how this goes. Did I make it? Did I not do this right? I feel like I didn't do this right. Oh gosh, I think I did this wrong. Okay, let's see if this can be saved. I can smell the rose water and I don't like it. I think I floured the counter a little bit too much and made it really dry, because adding that water did help quite a bit, and I think I'm on the right track now, so I'm gonna keep going. Everywhere I read said it was gonna be really crumbly, but I feel like this is just a little too crumbly.
1 hour later.
We're back. I ended up remaking the dough and I corrected all my mistakes. It's still not as crumbly as all the recipes are saying it's supposed to be, which is slightly concerning, but I don't really want to make it for the 3rd time, so I'm just gonna go with it and we're gonna see how this works out. Yeah, it's definitely too wet. Wait, can I even roll it out? Oh my gosh. So the cookies are supposed to be about 3/4 of an inch thick. These are about 1/4 of an inch thick. So I'm gonna try this again. It's just kind of doing its thing. Okay, that's a little bit thicker. Traditionally, these cookies are made with a clover-shaped cookie cutter. However, I don't have a clover, so I'm just gonna use this little flower. Not terrible. also not my best work. Yeah, no, not at all. Okay, let's try kneading this a little bit more. I actually have a friend who's from Iran, and I was asking him like, oh, what dish should I make for this episode? And he was like, I have no idea, because a lot of Persian food takes a lot of time. So I found this recipe that only has like a couple ingredients. I figured, you know, how hard could it be? This is how hard it could be. Okay, so I think I'm getting a better consistency, so I just need to add a little bit more flour, and it's much better now. So I'm gonna roll it out just a little bit, and I'm gonna try cutting one. Before these go in the oven, sprinkle them with some chopped pistachios and bake for about 15 to 20 minutes. The cookies are complete, and to be honest, I can't tell if they're cooked or not. I don't know if I overbaked them or underbaked them. All I know is that they were in there for way more than 20 minutes. So I didn't add rose water to the second batch of dough that I made because honestly, I'm sorry, like no offense to anybody who likes rose water, it's just really not for me. So I guess this cookie is actually just 5 ingredients. There's oil, chickpea flour, icing sugar, cardamom, and pistachios on top. But I must say it was one of the hardest things that I've made to date, I think. So it was really, really hard to get the right consistency. Oh, definitely burnt them. Oh, I burnt these so bad. Oh no. It's not bad though. I don't know what to compare this to. It's really good. It's a really like crumbly texture. Actually, this is actually really good. It's really like dry. Not dry, but like dry but in a good way, if that makes sense. I don't think it does. Other than being overdone, which they 110% are, there's no sugar coating it. I'm honestly surprised I didn't burn my house down. They crumble really nicely and they almost melt in your mouth like a, I almost want to compare them to like a sugar cookie, but like a really nice sugar cookie. Anyway. There's a lot of flavor, obviously, but it's not overpowering in any way. You definitely get a hit of cardamom when you take your first couple bites, but then there's no aftertaste, which is really, really nice and I appreciate. It almost has a Fruit Loop vibe, to be honest. I think it's like maybe the lemon and the cardamom. Oh, this would be good with lemon zest. I don't know if that's ruining the entire recipe and the tradition, but lemon zest could be added to this and I think it would taste really nice. These cookies were definitely a challenge. I definitely did not get the right consistency of dough even though I tried twice, but the flavor is there. They're really, really tasty and I kind of want to find a Persian bakery somewhere here in Ottawa where I can get like a real authentic cookie. So if you know some, let me know. That's all for me this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next Friday. Am I in focus? I'm not in focus. I don't actually know what chickpea flour tastes like. It's actually really good. It tastes exactly like a chickpea, if not better. I'm so glad I didn't add rose water to this. Blah. I don't need like I'm. Oh my god. Ew. It's nothing against anything except for the rose water. It's just in my mouth right now. I can't do it. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm not even trying to be dramatic. That's just really bad. Oh my god. I hate rose water.